Another kill production.
Finally! What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Shabazz, and welcome back to episode 15 of the ShabazzTV Show. Time does sure fly when you're having fun. No, I'm playing. That was a corny ass laugh. Today, before I bring my special guest on, little story. It's a story time with Shabazz. So, boom. I got two stories. One, I'm mad late today. I'm so out of my element because I came home at 6:45 for the show. Like the train tracks was messed up. I had to wait 15 minutes, but I got an anime episode in, so I was lit. But for me, story time about my special guest that I got coming to the set right now. Right? So we met in 2020 pre-COVID, right? It was at a little function in Cortland for me. I got the IG, but there was nothing of it. It was just a cool vibe that was going on and whatever. So fast forward, we in a pandemic, we in everything. I'm on my TikTok. I'm on my TikTok. You know, you see the random stuff on TikTok. And I was like, yo, I know this girl, but I didn't because a lot of people look similar that you never know. So I didn't mind anything of it. So boom, swipe up. I saw another video. And I was like, yo, I dead know this girl. So I go on my IG and she has a LinkedIn because she's popping or whatever. So she got a LinkedIn and she I saw the TikTok. I was like, yo, this is literally the same girl. I was like, oh, boo. So this was around the time I first started the ShabazzTV Show. So I was like, yo, let me shoot my shot like I'm Devin Booker and see if she's willing to join the show. So I shot my shot. I was like, yo, I like your anime content on TikTok. I would love for you to be a guest on my show. And she agreed. And, through a lot of back and forth conversations, great conversations, here we are today. March 2nd of 2022. I got the one, the only MaterialGirlB in the spot.
Hi.
What's going on, girl?
What's up? Excited to be here.
Because she was not with this high-pitched voice. She was definitely
you gotta put on a show for the people.
She definitely was that Brooklyn accent. It was good.
Oh yeah. See, it depends on how comfortable I am. So it'll slip out here and there. Interesting.
How you doing today?
I'm doing good. I had a good day. I took off work for the entire week, so I'm chilling.
All right.
Feeling blessed.
Feeling blessed and feeling black. Indeed. It's not Black History Month anymore, but it's Black History every day. Fuck
every day.
What are you talking about? So word. So Who is MaterialGirlB?
Ooh. Okay, so MaterialGirlB, she is me, I am her, of course. But MaterialGirlB for me is a manifestation of like everything I wanted to be as a child and just doing everything that I want to do. I found that like as a kid, I would really limit myself. I wouldn't really put myself out there. And now that I'm older and I feel like I have the means to do so, that's what I'm on. And that's really what I'm centering my brand around. And I really want to be a curator of space. So with my whole, like, you know, the development of my platform and stuff like that, I want to give people the opportunity to feel like they can go after whatever they want to go after. Because for me growing up, I really like, I was the only child for most of my life. I really didn't have people like in my ear, like, B, you could do it, you could do it. It really was just me, like, over time gaining the confidence to put myself out there and do what I want to do. So I know that not everyone has that same, you know, that same privilege in a sense, or they're not really quite there yet, excuse me. But I want to be that for other people. Like I want to help them feel confident. I want to support them. So that's what MaterialGirlB is. Like I'm a girl that likes stuff and I'm coming for everything. So I want everybody to be on that same time.
Okay. And that's what you want for your little community that you're
Yes.
to make one day.
Yes.
Okay.
She's in development.
She's in the oh yeah, you see before the show we talked a little bit. So she genderfies everything. So like
Yeah.
her camera got a name, her PT
It's a
got a
girl's
name.
world.
Like you know, it's a
Girls
lot.
are the best. So everything over here is very girly. Shout out to the boys though. Shout out to the non-binary people. I love all. But everything here is
Cause she a what?
Material girl.
All right. So what is your content about? Like I know you want to build your community, but what is it essentially around? Like what is that?
So right now, my content is really about anime, gaming, cartoons, getting into my nostalgia bag. And I'm always and forever a fashion girl. So I'm going to incorporate that at some point. When I first decided to really do content creation, I wanted to do what all the other girly girls were doing with like the fashion, the beauty, and the lifestyle. And I did that for a little bit. And I was like, this is cool and I like it. But it's like, and it wasn't even really because it's oversaturated, because I will say like lifestyle content is very oversaturated, but I believe that like whatever's for you will always be for you. I just felt like that wasn't for me at the time.
I ain't gonna lie. Say that again. That was a gem right there.
Whatever's for you will always be for you. That's a fact. So like I like it, but when my second TikTok went viral about like nerds and stuff like that, and it was so popular, I was like, everything for me, I'm a spiritualist. So like everything for me, like everything happens for a reason. So I feel like, okay, this popped off because I feel like this is the lane that I need to go down. And we'll talk about like my introduction to anime and like my experience growing up later, but it was something that I suppressed for a long time. Like I don't know a lot of people that like anime. So I'm like, you know what? Let me just center my content around things that I like and things that I probably suppressed for so long because other people in my community didn't like it. So that's what I'm on right now.
Okay. I'm on the similar path. Like the reason why I started the show and the reason why I started like anime content in general, because I've seen a lot of like negative stuff about it. And there's so much beauty about anime,
right?
And about the community as well, because like we're overly saturated by the negative stuff, but a lot of people fail to see like why anime is as popular as it is.
Yeah.
So that's why I started what I do, which is like bring different guests on and get different perspectives and have we can have different disagreements for sure. We talked a little early about little disagreements we have, but like we can have disagreements, but have it in a respectful manner. I feel like on TikTok, and we'll get to more of that later, but on TikTok, a lot of people like to gatekeep and just have like, you don't know what you're talking about. I'm like,
right.
What do you mean? Like we watched the same anime. Like, how can I know what I'm talking? So,
and that's like you said, we're gonna get into that, but like that's the problem. It's like, how come I can't have my opinion? How come I can't like what I like? You know?
Right. Like, what's up, people? Huh? Come on. I mean, but before we get right, we gotta get right. What got you into anime? I know you had a little viral video on TikTok, but before that, like, what was your introduction to it?
So my introduction to anime, honestly, and I told you earlier, like it really was Pokemon. I've been watching Pokemon since the 90s, but nobody jacks Pokemon as anime like that. So back in the early 2000s, when all like different animation styles they were different, I didn't know like anime was like a separate entity, honestly. So I used to watch like Rave Masters. Rave Masters was like one of my favorite shows growing up. I used to watch Tokyo Mew Mew. I watched a couple different anime, but I didn't know that it was anime until Bleach dropped. And I remember like it was yesterday. Like I was in my aunt's room and that trailer dropped, and it was Ichiko in the bed. Like, my name is Ichiko Kurosaki. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, this is fire. So that's when I realized that Adult Swim had that anime block on Saturday nights. And from there, like I was just into it. And as my favorite TV personality said, Tiffany Pollard, I came out the womb and I was just in the know. Like I always felt like I was one of the people that was like a little bit more mature than my peers. So anime always had that sense of maturity that I feel like other shows just didn't have. So like since it was on Adult Swim and it had those mature themes, I was into it from there. So,
and did you like suppress your love for anime, or did you
absolutely? I was definitely bullied for liking anime. Like I know there's this thing going on, like, oh, you weren't bullied for liking anime. You was bullied because of this. You was bullied because of that. While that may be true for some people, I know I was one of the people that was bullied because I was into certain things. And I'm from Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. So if you're not with the in group and walking around Fulton Street and one of those people, you ain't right. So I used to be called white girl. I was called Barbie before Nicki Minaj. So it was an insult. They really thought I wanted to be white because of like the fact that I like anime and I like pop music and stuff like that. So yeah, so I did suppress it, and in high school, it just got weird on Adult Swim. Like this was before streaming, so I really wasn't in tune with any type of like other anime besides what was shown there. I think I watched one on, I think it was on HBO. It's called The Gokusen. But other than that, like all I had was Adult Swim. So when they started to get weird, high school, I just fell off, and I wasn't able to build relationships with people because I liked anime. So it was just something I kind of like let go as I grew up. And then I got into it in college again, and I started with Attack on Titan. But with like resubmerging myself into it, that's when I started seeing like the birth of like the anime communities, at least on social media. And it was like, if you watch anime, you're not watching this sub, you ain't right. So I'm like, oh, I'm real right. I've been doing this. Like, let me watch this sub. Mind you, I've never watched sub a day in my life. So I'm watching, was it season 3 of Attack on Titan? I didn't know what the hell was going on. So I had stopped watching it, and I had recently went back and binged it all. I was like, okay, now I know what's going on. So I was, in and out with anime, but now I'm back, and it's a great time.
Okay. For me though, it was my pops. Like my pops was, he was one of those like Dragon Ball, all that old head stuff. So,
oh wow.
And then when I got older, my older brother put me onto some. We used to watch Yu Hakusho together, which is in my top 5 forever. It would never change. It would never change. Like that's that one. Like, so in the chat, put your favorite anime in the chat. Where? I want to see that. But in terms of like the sub versus dub, the main argument for that is more like the emotion. But certain anime, like especially in Attack on Titan, like Levi saying Kenny, like that was emotional. Aaron saying "damn you traitors," like you felt the emotion in his heart, like you felt it. So there are certain moments where emotions are better conveyed in dub, but for the hard to say, for the heavy majority is definitely sub.
I know
it don't really matter to me. Like I could watch it whatever. But so you made, speaking of Attack on Titan, for me, we gonna get into because my girl MaterialGirlB, man, she said some not controversial, but she said something that was very eye-opening. Right? She made a TikTok and about the overarching themes of Attack on Titan. And Crazy Legs, if you're watching this, you would really appreciate this. You would really, as another psych head, you definitely would appreciate this take that she's about to lay down for us.
So with Attack on Titan, I just feel like
be careful not to spoil anything because my older brother has not watched it yet.
All right, guys.
He's not watched it before yet. So.
Oh God. So how am I not supposed to spoil this? All right. So because I don't have to mention what's going on, but it changes. Like from season 1 to season 4, it's completely different. So I will just say with Attack on Titan, I feel like for me, the theme as I'm watching it now definitely is a parallel to what we're going through or just seeing in the current day in terms of racism, xenophobia, bigotry, discrimination, all of those things. And once I got to a certain point in the show and it became very obvious, it was just surprising to see how like people weren't in agreement. Like they didn't agree. And I didn't notice that at first. It was there's a guy on TikTok named Bounty Hunter Palin, I think. And he was talking about in his TikTok, like, like Attack on Titan is basically political. It's a political show. How can you not see that it's political? I was like, people ain't jacking that. How? So when I made my TikTok, at first they was calm. They was like, yeah, I see it too. But now they're like, why can't we just watch the show the way we want to? And that's not my point. You can really enjoy media in any way that you want to. Like, I'm not here to gatekeep or tell people how to do things that they like. But I feel like when you like to really see the beauty of a show, you really got to get into what the artists are trying to convey. Like, I'm a writer, so I'm really into like that character development, that plot, etc. So to really get into Attack on Titan and really understand what's going on, I feel like those themes that they're putting out now, you really have to like, you don't have to, but to really get into the tea of it all, you just got to know what's going on. And I just think they do a beautiful job of like just conveying that and making it in a way that is socially having those social implications and making it digestible. So I'm just here for it. Fantastic show.
I agree, fantastic show, but I disagree with your premise that you gotta like really like think about what the author wants to convey. Mm-hmm. I'm more of like the anime watcher that if I'm watching something, I'm immersing myself into the anime, not what they're trying to convey, but like how I feel about like the characters, like what the characters are feeling in that moment. I try my best to like feel what they're feeling.
Right.
Like if they about to cry, like, I'm a baby too. Like I'll be crying on the train, going to work. Like I'm like really that type. But it's not wrong to say like, oh, like you should really think about what the author wants to convey here. I just feel like that's one way to look at it, or one way to do things, but another way which leads to less arguments, I guess, would to be that how's the main character feeling? How's the side character feeling in this particular moment?
Right.
Which is not like either way works. You feel me? But it takes a level of maturity, which we'll talk about later with the anime community, to have these discussions without saying, "Oh, this is not what it's supposed to mean." None of us know. This is complete speculation.
Right.
Because none of us are the author. None of us are Kishimoto, Kiritoyama, Oda, whoever wrote Attack on Titan, I don't know his name, or whoever wrote My Hero, whoever wrote any anime. We're not the author. In order to have that kind of power, we have to write our own.
Right.
So all of this is speculation, but
well, the xenophobia is not speculation.
Oh, no, that's a fact. That's a fact. So, Sherelle, why can't you do both? My sister asked, why can't you do both?
You definitely can. I feel like you can.
I feel like, but I feel like if you're doing it that way, you're kind of taking you're not enjoying the anime. Like just straight raw. Like it's supposed to be like take the issue. Like anime is meant to be an escape. We mentioned it earlier.
Yeah.
Like we were talking on pre-show. It's supposed to be an escape from whatever things you're going through. If you're thinking about real world stuff while watching it, the author's doing a great job. But I feel like it's something to enjoy. Art is influenced by life. Like life influences art.
Yeah.
You mentioned that earlier as well. Like I'm pretty sure a writer for One Piece, he saw some real stuff going on. He was like, "Oh, I gotta put this in this heat rock."
Yeah.
Same thing with Attack on Titan. Same thing with My Hero. There's a lot of layers with anime, so you can definitely do it. But the anime community is definitely not ready for that conversation yet. Shout out to Major League Mike. Word. But Attack on Titan is one thing. Feel me? Now, you mentioned another thing on your TikTok. You're a very controversial person, not gonna lie.
You think so?
Okay, let me not say controversial. Let me say you deviate from the mean a little bit. Like,
really?
I feel
I've
like
been noticing that.
I mean, you say you don't like Captain America. A lot of people do. For me, you love Iron Man. A lot of people don't.
You know what's crazy? I didn't know these things. I did not know these things. One thing about me, when I present myself on social media, I'm presenting my most authentic self. So when I'm out here just saying, oh, I like this, I know people ain't like Iron Man. I know we was all cap stands. I did not know. So I'm starting to see that my takes are hot takes. Almost
Hot
all
take.
of them.
It's not really hot takes. I feel like if it's your take, it's your take.
Right.
I respect the take. But like a lot of people don't like, again, not ready for that conversation. Like, yo, not everyone agrees with what you believe in.
Right.
You feel me? But speaking of you deviating from the mean a little bit, and Natural, he's my twin brother. His favorite anime is Naruto. So you said on the TikTok that you didn't like Naruto or you couldn't get into Naruto. Poor K. For a while.
So for me, like, Naruto was also another anime I watched growing up, but I could really only watch it here and there. Like, it's something about it that really doesn't captivate me enough to really sit down and like watch every single episode. And I'm telling you, I've tried since I was 10 years old from episode 1 to watch every single episode of Naruto, and I just can't do it. Now I'm gonna give it another chance. I'm gonna try one more time because I feel like it has the Black anime community in a chokehold. So I gotta get in tune, I feel like. But it's just something about it that I just like. I don't know. You mentioned it earlier about like anime evoking emotion and stuff like that. It really doesn't evoke an emotion for me. I don't know. Maybe I haven't seen like those heart-wrenching scenes. I haven't seen it. Also, this is off kilter. This is kind of like, this is just me though. I'm a girly girl, so I'm a lover. So when I ship a character in my head and they don't end up together, I may not watch the show. And let me tell you something. Shikamaru, that was my boo. I needed Shikamaru with Ino. That didn't happen. I don't know.
You saw off rip though the vibes that Tamari and Shikamaru.
I didn't care. I did not care. I did not care. Like, even though I like Tamari, but I needed my Shikamaru with Ino. But I know that wasn't the case. So subconsciously in my my little girl head, I was like, oh, they're not together. I'm not gonna watch that. But yeah, so it was a couple things, but really back into somebody said, what? Ino? I love me some Ino. Ino was my girl.
He's like, Ino, like
Ino is my girl. So I feel like it's just something about it that really it doesn't really captivate me. And I can understand like the basic plot of it, but I feel like from surface level, Naruto always going after Sasuke, it was annoying. Like, bro, let that man be. Like, let that man be. So it was just certain things kind of off-putting, but I don't think it's a bad anime. Like, the episodes I have seen, I've enjoyed, but I just can't stay consistent with it.
All right, you said a lot. I agree with a lot. You said. As someone who has Naruto in their top 10, but as I mentioned earlier, like, as I watch more and more anime, Naruto like slowly is finding its way down.
Right.
Respectfully though, nothing's wrong with it. I just feel like a lot of stuff. But I feel like you said that it doesn't convey emotion, and that's where I was like, wow, like Naruto doesn't convey. I feel like if there was any anime that can like to tug at your heartstrings, it would be Naruto. Especially more so Shippuden than OG, for sure. So if you want, like, you definitely should watch Shippuden if you want that emotion.
I feel like it does because it's a lot of like chaos in Naruto, a lot of death and things going on. So I know that emotion is there. I just feel like when the episodes that I've seen, they just be BSing. So I'm just kind of like, you know. So I haven't been able to experience it, but I believe you. I believe you.
In terms of, I don't know. I feel like a lot, and I mentioned this on the best anime tier list before I did with Natural. I said I like OG better than Shippuden because of the side characters. Like, I love, like, if an anime could do side characters right, it's all love in my book. Like that's why I love One Piece so much, because the side characters get shine.
Okay.
In OG, a lot of the characters get they love, but in Shippuden, the love is just, you feel me? It's exclusive for a couple of characters.
Okay.
You got the Naruto and Sasuke, of course.
Yeah.
You got Sakura, a little dash of Sakura.
Don't like her.
No,
That's
no one.
another one.
That's the popular opinion. Yeah, where you back with the mean? You back with the average? Where?
You know, I'm Team Ino, so like.
And then she tied. She had to draw with,
Yeah, I remember seeing that as a kid.
Like how? Like not like was funny. Yo, Morgan, what's going on? When are you gonna come on the show? I don't know you, but whatever.
She's one of them too. She be in tune with all the anime things. She one of them.
I bet we gonna talk after this, Morgan. We're gonna talk after this. But I feel like with Naruto, it's a lot of, that's a mainstream opinion. No one likes Sakura. That's a fact.
I support.
The third Hokage, I hate him. I hate the third Hokage.
Oh
he treated my son Naruto. He had my son in the ghetto, drinking spoiled milk and eating ramen. And he was supposed to be eating like a king. King him, son. But
that's so funny.
I don't know. I just feel like with Naruto, it's one of those that you gotta pay respect, because with Bleach and One Piece, they carry the generation.
Yeah.
So you gotta pay you gotta give it the respect it deserves. Like that's why I never watched Bleach yet. Guys, get off my beef. Yet. There's gonna be a time I watch it, and I'm gonna give it the same love I gave it to Naruto and One Piece, because One Piece didn't carry it by itself. Naruto didn't. It's all together. It was a 1, 2, and 3 punch.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But we can talk about that later. So, MaterialGirlB, we both have anime TikToks. We both make TikToks. We both are part of the anime community. But we both can agree that the community is very toxic. It is a very horrible community. What are your thoughts on it? And if you believe it's toxic, how can we, as two trailblazers of like creating our own communities, how can we make it less toxic?
Okay, that's a good question. So about the anime community, I knew it was toxic off of it. Like before I even made my content, I was really scared about putting it out there, because I'm like, I know people who are like anime encyclopedias. Like, I'm not one of them. I just like what I like, and I talk about it. So I felt like once I started putting myself out there talking about anime, people would be like, you didn't watch episode 500 of One Piece? You're not right. Like, I already knew the gatekeeping was going to start, especially being a Black woman. Like, I already knew that's the time that they were going to be on. So like, I'm not the biggest fan of the gatekeeping in that aspect. But one thing I do want to bring up is the fact that I mentioned that, I experienced bullying because I like anime and stuff like that. So there's some people who had that same exact experience, and they're like, now this is popular. Where y'all came from? Like, what is this? And a lot of people are like, well, y'all can't gatekeep. Just let people like what they like, which I agree with. But I also feel like for those people, I think they, depending on their energy, but like they deserve a little bit of grace, because when you love something so much and people put you down about it, and then all of a sudden it's popular, I feel like you do have the right to feel some type of way. I know I felt some type of way. Like back in 2017, when I saw it popping off, I was like, these can't be the same people that was giving me hell in school. That's up here talking about DBZ. Can't be. So it's like, it's not, I give those type of gatekeepers a little bit of grace, because I can empathize with that. But with the whole like, oh, you have to watch everything in sub, or you have to do this, or you don't have the same opinion as me. Somebody straight told me that I was not a true Inuyasha fan because my ending theme lineup didn't match with theirs and really dragged it. I'm like, I can't like the songs that I like, which is weird. So it's like, that type of energy has to go. I feel like if we all like the same shows or whatever the case may be, we should be able to come together like we're doing right now and have a conversation about it, even if we disagree, like that's the beauty of people having their own opinions. But to really be telling people they're not real fans and there's blah, 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 like whack. So what I feel like what we can do as, like you said, curators and trailblazers with creating our own communities, first of all, setting down the rules, like none of that energy. Like once you start moving crazy, putting people down for their opinions, you gotta go. And even though I don't have like a space for like I communicate with people who follow me like frequently, like I don't have a Discord or anything like that. If there's somebody who's like arguing with another person under my comments, that person is out of there. Like I don't care if it's the internet and people want to just say what they want to say behind a keyboard. I feel like once you're being toxic, I'm packing you up. I don't care if it's to me, anybody else. Like I want to be a curator of safe space and I appreciate everyone's opinions. So if you're going to come on my side of TikTok or my side of Twitch, whatever the case may be, that's what I'm on. So I just think it's about creating that, like setting the standard of like, at least over here, we're not on that time in.
Bro, it'd be like if I said, in my opinion, who was stronger between 5 characters, right?
Mm-hmm.
I made like a ranking system. People would go in my comments, will just go crazy about why he's stronger than him, whatever like that. And crazy. My boy Major League Mike is speaking facts right now because he's a MLB streamer. So he's like, yo, your community is a reflection of what you want to make it.
Right.
So that's a fact. That's a complete fact. Like Mike, for me, give my man some 1K. Where give my man some 1K followers on Twitch. Oh yeah, where? But I feel like with us, right, we have to again set that standard, like you said, like yo, like if you see that in your comments, I feel like with TikTok, it's kind of a double edge because you want to do that.
You want to boost that engagement,
but you want that engagement because like the algorithm, like more people will go on your stuff and like go back and forth. So like that's the blessing of it, but then the curse is like you're like you guys are like really wilding,
right? And
anime take,
like, that's why like I agree. If I see it too much, that's when I'm like, all right, I'm gonna block this person. Like there was one person over and over under everybody's thing, like thank you for the engagement, but you're annoying, so you're out of here. So yeah, I definitely agree. I was like, this is boosting me, but nah, this is bad vibes.
It's bad energy. Like you don't need that. Like literally, I duetted someone's top 10 Cartoon Network shows, and I have like 50,000 views. And I'm like, bro, I literally did some comments in the beginning. I had some disagreements or whatever, but literally there'll be people like right now going on my thing, just commenting, oh, what about this show? What about that show? This show's trash. I'm like, bro, like, thank you for the engagement. It's getting me some like clout or whatever. But I'm like, I don't need this. Like, I really don't. But the community is a lot of things wrong with it. You mentioned the gatekeeping thing. I feel like we shouldn't, like, just because we got bullied for watching anime and loving the culture. Yeah. Anime teaches us life lessons. Like, yo, like,
it does.
Sometimes you gotta be the bigger person. Like, and if you want somebody to understand you, you should invite them in that space. You shouldn't be like, oh yeah, nah, you bullied me when I was 10 years old, and now we're 23, and now you want to watch it. Like, I feel like 13. A lot of people change in 13 years,
right?
13 years, like it's okay. Like you got some trauma on you, and that's okay. But you don't got to take it out on a person that was like 11 and 12, or was probably on the DL watching anime, but just because it was popular to make fun of people watching it, that's why they was doing it.
That's my thing too. Like, it's all about the energy. Like, if someone is just expressing themselves, like, yeah, I kind of felt a type of way because when I saw this, I'll do that too. But if they're like, yeah, you weren't there when I was blah blah blah. Somebody said that to me. Like, I forgot what post it was, but they was like, oh, she's just saying this because she wants clout. First of all, that was like my second TikTok that I said went up. I'm like, I don't know what gets me clout. I don't know nothing. I'm just here. I'm just all vibes. So it's like they project a lot. And it's like, don't project. Like, be in your feelings, do your healing. People heal at their own pace. But like, don't project that on other people. That's weird. I call that loser behavior. I don't like that.
And you know, sub versus dub debate, I feel like it doesn't matter. Like, if you watch it a particular way, it shouldn't matter. You're literally getting the same content if you're watching it in dub versus in sub. It doesn't matter. Some characters definitely sound a little wacky in the dub. If I like, let's say you watch something sub first and then the dub, like, oh nah, like we wildin'. But if it's dubbed, me personally, if it's dubbed, I'm watching it dubbed until a certain point. If it goes to sub, like One Piece, I watched it straight dub. It got to I want to say Eni's Lobby, and I was like, bet, cool. Like I like the anime. Let me continue it on, and here we are. Like I'm not gonna wait till Wano gets to dub. The fuck?
Right. That's what I'm on right now with Attack on Titan. I was so sad when season 4 part 2 was in sub. I was like, oh my god, but I'm still watching, and it's cool. It's fine. I'm just a double girl.
You know what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. But I feel like if you want, for you, because you said you want to watch more anime, a lot of them aren't in dubbed.
I know.
So you gotta like break out that shell.
Right. Like I can do it. It's just like I usually do so many things at once. So like having to sit there and read the subtitles is a lot. But like if it's a fire anime, I'm gonna take that out.
Sis. If I feel like a lot of people are in that same wavelength where like I need to be like if I'm doing stuff, I need to have it done. I feel like you gotta sit down and watch it. I feel like you should practice that. You should practice like not doing anything else but watching the anime. Not being on you can be on your phone, but not like, oh, I'm in the kitchen, but I can still hear it though. Like I feel like a lot of people like is on that. Oh, I'm in the bathroom, but I can still hear it. Like nah, like I feel like.
I mean, I feel like I usually do, but I just feel like with sub, it's a lot more brain power. That sometimes, like it's escapism. I don't want to use all of my brain all the time. Like,
you read manga?
Huh?
You read the manga?
Oh, absolutely not.
So what's wrong with that? Oh, not? You said not?
Absolutely not. No, my friend Evan from HBCU Anime, he's trying to get me into manga. I'm not one of them. No. The thing is, the reason why. Okay, so if I do get into it, I'm more likely to read manga than I am to read comics because when I was a kid, I tried to, and my brain just can't comprehend like the way the pictures and I can't do it. So I'm older now, so I may be able to, but I'm not a manga girl, not a comic girl. I'll get the cliff notes.
Hurts my head. Like for you, manga does a great because that's what he wrote. It's not what's animated and what you see on the television screen or the phone, whatever outlet you're watching it on. You got to give it a watch. Read One Piece. Read One Piece.
Read One Piece.
Like from where you are in Wano. Are you at Wano?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I never watched One Piece.
I thought you watched One Piece.
No.
Oh, never mind. What's you read Bleach? You watched Bleach. Bleach. You can read Bleach. I feel like Bleach is one of those. I don't know. Yo, Josh, wait, help me out here. Wait, but I thought you were talking about One Piece. Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah, because like One Piece, everybody wants me to watch One Piece. I've heard stellar reviews. I'm gonna watch it, even though it's 1,000 episodes. I'm gonna get in soon. Like I told you earlier, back in the early 2000s, they used to make that distinction between like the girl shows and the boy shows. So I used to watch my girl shows, Tokyo Mew Mew in the morning. Once One Piece came on, I stayed for the rap, and then I dipped. So I was like, yeah, this is one of the boy shows. You
watched the 4K version?
I watched the 4K version.
Oh no, that shit was ass.
It wasn't. That rap was fire though. That rap definitely was fire. I still listen to it.
Debatable. But I feel like you're a red flag. You're a walking red flag.
I'm a red flag.
Because you said you said that. What the hell you just said? You said something that was like, nah, you're a wildin'. You said that. Oh yeah, you said that it's 1,000. Oh, it's 1,000. You don't have to watch everything at once, baby girl.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna watch that 1,000.
Like enjoy the journey. Like a lot of fans say, like, "Oh, I ain't gonna watch it because it's 1,000 episodes. It's mid because it's 1,000 episodes."
I don't think that's a problem. I think that's cool. I just gotta find a time to do it. That's all. But yeah,
I'll meet you on Word. I'll meet you on Wano. If you know, you know. I'll meet you on Wano. If you know, you know.
It's just the fact that I mean, the people that I've met so far that go off from One Piece, love y'all. But like other people, like, you haven't watched One Piece, then you're not really an anime fan. That was my thing. Like, that's what they do with the gatekeeping. Though that's their go-to. You didn't watch that? You don't watch anime. You're not one of us. Like, girl, shut up. I'll get there one day.
All I want to say is that you don't really care about it. So you gotta watch One Piece, and I'm pretty sure when you catch up, we might revisit this list that we're about to talk about. But give me your top 5. See, again, audience, she's a big cat for me because she told me as we were talking about like the show or whatever. my anime knowledge isn't as extensive as a lot of people's. So I thought, okay, she didn't watch a lot of anime. I see a TikTok and she's seen something I've never seen. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So I originally played for top 10, but we gotta succinct it for top 5. So give me your top 5.
I can do a top 5.
You can mix it right now. You can mix it current, like all time, like whatever you want to do. Give me your top 5.
I'm gonna do my all-time top 5. So number 5 for me, I'm gonna go with My Hero. First of all, I'm a big superhero fan. So watching My Hero and seeing how like their superheroes are set up, and I'm also, I'm an educator, so like I'm really big on education. The fact that they have to go to school and get licensure, do little cute stuff, I love it so much. But other than that, like the fact that My Hero has a way of like not falling into certain tropes that I feel like the characters are going to fall into, which I can appreciate. Like I said, I'm really into like character development and storyline. So sometimes I'll think a character will act a certain way or behave a certain way or want to do something, and it'll be like, no, it won't deviate anything crazy. But the fact that they do deviate, I can appreciate. So that's my number 5. Number 4, I'm going to give that to Fullmetal Alchemist 03. I told you I haven't seen Brotherhood. Okay. So I love Fullmetal Alchemist. I think that for me, like I said, like the emotions and like I need my anime to make me feel a type of way. And when I was a kid watching that, I was like, this is amazing. I just love the relationship between Edward and Alphonse. And I'm not gonna lie, Edward really was my first 2D crush. So it really got to be Fullmetal for me.
The short kings, word. The short kings. The short
king. I was a kid at the time, so you know.
It's a bad day for rain. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Bad day for rain, you said?
Yeah.
No.
I haven't watched OG.
Uh-huh.
So Hughes, he dies.
Yeah. That was a spoiler for people who ain't see it.
I think everyone that's in this feed has watched it. And Mustang was like, that was his man. So he was like, it's a bad day for rain. He started crying. And that had me. Had me in my, like, I was like going through it.
That.
Yeah, I was going through it for like a good day or two. Moosey, I'm sorry. Moosey, I'm sorry. Boy, you ain't chat this whole time, and now you want. He's a red flag too. I love you.
Yeah, he was dying. That was big for me. But if I would have remembered that would have set it off. That's very sad. Yikes.
Yeah, bro.
Oh wow. Yeah, I told you I need to go back, rewatch that, and then watch Brotherhood. So I'm gonna try that next month.
And before you get to number 3, you're up to date with My Hero, correct?
I'm on. I'm not, because I stopped. It was annoying me. Not gonna lie. I stopped to binge Attack on Titan. So I think I'm season 3. I'm almost caught up though. I'm season 4. I think it's 5 or 4 seasons. I
want to say 5.
5. I'm on 4 then, so I'm almost there.
All right. So when you're caught up, and I read the manga for My Hero, and when you say like character development is your favorite part. If you read the manga after season 5, you really get an appreciation for the characters of the show. Trust me. And if that's your only manga you ever read, I will be happy. That's my run recommendation for you. It's in your top 5, so it has to have like that place in your heart.
Yeah.
Read the manga after you catch it to the end.
I heard it goes crazy.
It goes
in the manga too. I heard it goes crazy. I might get in tune. I'm gonna see my brain can handle it now. But
that Brooklyn accent coming out. Yeah, I guess. You see? I appreciate that.
All right, so
natural. What you mean you won't trust me? You watch One Piece because of me. You read One Piece because of me.
Nah, I won't.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
He said because you be spoiling it. I don't blame him.
I'm sorry. Wait. I'm sorry, but
all right. My number 3. My number 3 is Attack on Titan. It's just someone said you haven't seen Brotherhood. I haven't. I'm sorry. I haven't. Let me tell you something real quick about Brotherhood. I watched all of this on Adult Swim, like when I was young. So when I finished the entire Fullmetal Alchemist, and then I remember coming back and they had it back on, I was like, they rebooted it, like they re-showing episodes. Okay, so I just never got into it, and it wasn't until later that I found out like Brotherhood was a whole different thing. So I was like, oh, okay. And I didn't understand too, because I'm like, well, how is he alive again? Like, why is he alive in this? So I didn't know it was, yeah. So that's my whole Brotherhood spiel. So my number 3 is Attack on Titan. Attack on Titan is just fire. Like, it was losing me with the Jaegerists. Losing me.
Yeah,
Eren is losing me. And I'm not gonna spoil it, but now they on some Avengers timing, and now I'm all in. I'm all in. I can't. Oh my gosh! I know you said you haven't seen like the recent episodes, right?
Oh no, cause I'm watching Magi right now, so I'm like marinate a little bit. I saw the last episode I seen was I'm a red flag apparently. So I'm not gonna. My older brother is watching this. He watched part 1, but he hasn't watched part 2 yet. So I'm not gonna say like not. I'm not gonna get like.
So yeah, it's just so fire though. Like I love that transition from what like we thought was going on. Like we always thought more was with the Titans. We know like it had to come from somewhere, but to see what's going on outside of the walls is outrageous. And then I like to look at the deeper meaning. Of course, not about I do look at the deeper meaning of everything, but with this, because it's really touching on things that I'm passionate about. Like I said, like the discrimination and stuff like that. I just think it's fantastic. So that's my number 3. My number 2, I have to revisit it, but you know how they say like you can forget something, but you won't forget how it made you feel. That's how I feel about Blood Plus. Like I remember a lot of the issues of the show, but I really have to go back and see. Somebody said thank you for the spoilers. We are so sorry. I have to really go back to really get back into it, but it's from what I remember, a fantastic anime. The openings, the endings are fire. What Diva did to Riku still is heavy on my heart. Have you seen Blood Plus?
I don't know.
You got to see Blood Plus. I don't know where you can watch it. I feel like I've been looking for it and I haven't seen it.
I think I could find a way, but
yeah,
I'm writing it down for me.
All right.
23 other shit I gotta watch.
Oh my god.
What's it called? Like how you spell it?
So just blood and then like the plus sign.
Blood plus?
Blood.
Oh, Blood Plus. Okay.
Yeah, Blood Plus.
Okay.
And it just goes crazy. And I remember like wanting to name my first daughter Saya after the MC, because the MC is crazy.
Is that a thing for you? Like want to name your first daughter after the character?
Yeah, not no more. That's when I was a kid. But that's how hard I went for Blood Plus when I was growing up. And my number 1, I gotta change my number 1. Low key, I'm looking for something to replace it, because while it's amazing and I love it, it's one of my top 3 favorite shows ever. I realized that a lot of the reasons why I like the show are toxic, and I just need something else. So my number 1 is Death Note. And even though my favorite type of shows are like action, and Death Note's a little bit more slower paced, and it's more like, for me, it's more psychological. I really just like the relationship between Misa and Light as a kid. And that's why it's toxic, because that man did not like her. He didn't want no parts of her.
I have not seen it yet, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Did we see Death Note either?
See, no, I'm not. It's on my list.
What?
Bro, my plan was to watch Dr. Stone and then Death Note. But Magi came into the picture and was like, nah, G, like I gotta intercept that plan. So I gotta finish Magi.
All right.
And then I'm gonna watch Dr. Stone.
Okay.
And I'm gonna watch Death Note.
Okay. At least you got a plan for it. I'm not gonna say no more, but
why my people coming at me? Be your own people, bro. Like be your own people.
But yeah, Death Note, I just feel like it's okay. So like I said, it's one of my favorite shows. So my 3 favorite shows are Death Note, Young Justice before they botched it with season 3, and Game of Thrones before they ruined it with those last 2 seasons. Death Note was the one show.
I'm never into Game of Thrones, but Young Justice though was definitely like heat rock.
Yes, until season 3. Did you see season 3?
Yeah, bro. Until season 3. Right? Literally the same point. I was like, nah.
Yeah. See, I don't know what was going on. They wanted to integrate so bad with like current day stuff. It just didn't work out for them. But anyway, Death Note out of those shows is the only one that they say they ain't do nothing else with it. Even though the live action Netflix movie, never watching that. But Death Note is fire. I just feel like I shouldn't have liked Misa and Light so much. they are toxic. That's all I'm gonna give you. So I need something else to replace that number one. So I need to get into them. But Death Note is heat.
The watch list does indeed go on forever. The biggest lie we told us, yo, Natural, you spin, yo. I'm gonna watch it after this. Wait, and I'm gonna keep it a stack. I'm probably capping. I'm probably not gonna watch Death Note after Dr. Stone, just because I just feel like I don't know, but I like your list, and I love so like when people I ask every guest that comes on my show their top 5. Well, not if it's not centered around a particular anime like One Piece or Hunter x Hunter or whatever. I ask them what their top 5 is because of what like I like to watch. I'm a very observant person, and the way you were explaining your love for these anime was just like that's why I do this. That's why I love what I do, because anime is this. We talked about it. It's about to be a microcosm of society. So like everything you can see in the anime, you can see in real life. Cooking, you got Food Wars. Yeah, you want to travel the world. You got One Piece. You got people want to be political. You got Attack on Titan. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, what? I feel like the way you're explaining all your anime and just with the way that I saw the love you have for it, and it's just amazing. I just love it. For me, you know what I mean? Depending on how I'm gonna preface it by saying depending how Attack on Titan ends. Okay. Because right now it's not. But depending on how it ends, it's definitely
I'm a little bit scared of how it ends. So we'll see.
And my list is different because we've seen different stuff. Yeah. But in the additive, I read manga for 3. But the third one's not on this list. It's like definitely my top 10, but it's not on whatever. Wow. So boom. Number 5. Naruto, and again, I mentioned earlier, the more anime I watch, it's definitely getting less and less on that top 5. Like it will probably always be in my top 10, but definitely probably like the lower end. Depending on how Attack on Titan ends, I might put that number 5 and Naruto down. Okay. I just love it. Was one of my first, and OG just it set the bar very high. Shippuden, it had its moments of like reaching that same height, but for me, I feel like OG was better. But in terms of like the entire franchise, Naruto is one of the best, but not the best. Right? Number 4, and this is one that will always, no matter how many hundreds of anime I always watch, Yu Yu Hakusho will forever be in my top 4.
I heard that's flames. I heard that's so good.
It kind of set the trope of 4-man teams, having a tournament, like stuff like that, like having a badass side character, like that's a rival to the main character. Like Vegeta, Hiei was one of the first people who do that. He influenced Sasuke. Sasuke, there will be no Sasuke without Hiei. There will be no Zoro from One Piece without Hiei. So Hiei as a side character is one of the best ever. Yusuke Urameshi and his self-awareness, for me, he's one of my favorite MCs ever. I would say my second favorite, but Luffy's my favorite. But my second favorite MC ever, because of he knows, like, yo, I'm only a kid. I know I did some dumb shit as a kid back in the day, but right now, all I want to do is protect my girl and my friends. Okay. And as a guy that feel me, I got a girl and I got my gang with me. So for me, I can relate with that. Right. You feel me? And it just, I feel like there was some points like if they ended on the Dark Tournament, I'd be like, this is the best of all time. But then they added some other arcs, and I was like, I don't know. So it kind of like gave me a little iffy vibe. So like, if you want to watch it, I highly recommend it.
Yeah, that's on the list.
And the theme song alone is one of the best of all time. Of all.
Oh, I gotta hear it because I'm a J-pop girl. So
Yeah,
I got.
yeah, I
I
like
could be
that.
judging that.
I got an anime playlist on my phone too. Where. But number 3, and I'm surprised you had a number 5, which I'm proud. My Hero.
Mm.
The manga puts it at number 3 because I love the anime, and it made me want to read the manga.
Mhm.
Once I read it, and when I'm up to date, and I know what happens like in the future or whatever, it's just straight like heat rock after heat rock after heat rock.
Really?
It doesn't stop. Season
Okay.
5 kind of is a dud a little bit, in my opinion, but after that, the way
Mhm.
it builds up to the future events, it just
Mm.
doesn't stop improving.
Okay.
And that's why the way it's about to end soon. I think they're saying like the next year. So that's always cap. I never believe it. They say One Piece will end in like 5 years. I don't believe that. Whatever.
Uh-huh.
We'll get to that later. But it's just, you feel me? It's just perfect. It's one of the best I've ever seen.
Really? Okay.
Number 2, Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball Z. Dragon Ball Z. As it was my first. It literally it took my anime virginity. For me, it took my anime virginity. You feel me? So for me, I have to put that in that number 2 spot. Simply, and my oh, you only doing the stuff. I don't care. Nostalgia helped anime. For me, like
Yeah.
people who are older than me were dressing up as Goku. I almost went as Goku Black for Halloween,
Oh,
but the
wow.
outfit, the wig came, but the outfit didn't come. This year, I'm going as Goku Black. What are you talking about? I recycle. Word. But I feel like with Dragon Ball, it stands the test of time because even today, a movie's about to come out and TikTok is going crazy for it. A trailer dropped, I think, a couple of weeks ago. Anime TikTok went crazy. IG went crazy. Everyone, Dragon Ball will always stand the test of time for majority of anime fans. I said majority. I know again because you deviate from the mean a lot. So maybe that's how you wasn't the shonen girl back in the day, but now you're coming more into that world, right? But it ain't number 1 though for me. And I mentioned earlier because I personally believe that Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is the greatest story, right? But it's not the best. And what I mean by that is people think LeBron James is the greatest basketball player to ever live. But he's not the best. I think Jordan was the best to ever do it, but people might think LeBron's the greatest to ever do it. And that could be like if you really think about it, they're two different things. Just because you're the best at something doesn't make you the greatest. Okay? I think Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood is the greatest story ever told, but the best anime ever is One Piece, which is why it's my number 1.
Okay.
World building, top of everything. S tier, Z, whatever letter you want to say, that tier. Side characters, goated. The main character himself, goated. The villains are goated. Maybe not in the beginning. I keep it not in the beginning, but as you get more and more into the story, goated, and you would appreciate the real life applications that One Piece imitates.
Yeah.
They talk about slavery. They talk about oppression. They talk about mad other stuff, but the way they do it and the way they layer it with a lovable pirate. And they talk about pirates. Like he's not a superhero. All right. He's not a superhero who doesn't like he wants. All right. This is embarrassing.
What's happened? Because I don't know.
Little cousin is playing with his toy right by the door.
Oh,
it won't be hard, but I'm kind of like in the middle of something. But One Piece is the best anime ever, and a lot of people don't think so. My man Moosey said One Piece a word for me, but that's your opinion. He's a red flag. He's like, you're a red flag. But enough of this anime talk, right? We done talked about the anime. He had a great conversation about the anime. But MaterialGirlB has a Twitch channel, y'all.
I do.
It's in the description. Y'all definitely should give my man a follow. Word. What kind of games do you stream on your Twitch?
So tomorrow is actually my first stream. I think I might do a test stream tonight, probably at 2 a.m. when nobody really up, see what what's going on. But I really am focused on being a variety streamer. So I want to do a bunch of different things besides horror. I feel like if I do horror, somebody has to be like physically with me. But I know we're getting into some Elden Ring tomorrow and it's probably some Apex tonight. I just want to play. I'm really a story mode type of girl too. So like story mode, more so decision based because you can get the audience involved with that. But I'm honestly with everything, all the games over there besides horror. But I'm also a really big Pokemon fan too. So they just keep dropping stuff. I don't know why, but I'm gonna
A
get
new
into
gen
it
just came
all.
out, right?
Huh?
New generation of Pokemon just came out, right?
Kind of. Well, yeah. For that, the Violet and Scarlet.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. I was like, I was like,
Yeah, it's. I don't know why they dropping it so soon. We just got Legends of Arceus, which I know it's like it's not really a part of the, I guess, like the main story of what we've been dealing with in terms of Pokemon. But I just feel like they just dropped that. I didn't even buy that yet, so I'm just gonna stay updated and probably stream it there. But yeah, I'm with everything on the stream.
okay. Shout out to Pop Smoke. I'm with everything. I'm with it all. Do you play Fortnite? I emoji.
No.
Whoa.
Let me
Don't
tell
be
you something.
disrespectful now.
Let me say something. I'm the type of person, and I guess this is more so apparent now, like things that are trendy, I really stay away from. So with the whole like Fortnite trend, it was crazy a couple years ago. It just kind of was off-putting to me. And then, I'm a big Brooklyn girl. So I know like the people who made the Millie Rock wasn't really having it with them, and they took their dance and they ain't trying to give them no compensation for it. I was like, yeah, they not seeing me. They're not seeing me. So yeah. So he's a red flag.
Red flag, big red flag.
I'm not the I don't know if Fortnite is considered FPS because you get to see like the whole character.
Third person.
But huh?
Third person.
Third person, right. So like shooting games in general, I'm not really the biggest fan of.
It's like Apex.
More specifically FPS. Like I want to be nice at it though, so I'm gonna play, but I'm not like it's just a lot that goes on. I'm really into story mode games.
Okay. It gets audience like emotionally invested along with you.
Yeah.
Immerse. Wait, that's the keyword of the day. Get the fans immersed in your content. I like it. It. So we've had a great conversation. Right? Mm-hmm. I personally think it's definitely top three of best ones. And I got one on the 16th, bro. Like I got my favorite content creator of all time. Like on my if he might forgot, so I gotta email him and confirm. Like if it is pulled through, bro. What?
I want to know.
Elden Ring is trendy right now, though.
It is. Elden Ring is BC hard too.
So you say you don't like the trendy stuff, but Elden Ring a little trendy now. Like what?
That's all right. Y'all got me. But I'm also. It really depends on how I feel. I'm a spiritualist, so it really has to hit my spirit. I'm a fantasy girl. I love sci-fi. I love fantasy. So with Elden Ring, getting it makes my little fantasy bag. They got dragons. They got all types of crazy stuff. I was like, let me see what's going on. And with gaming, I will say if you do like content creation more specifically for YouTube, you do kind of have to stay on trend because when you're smaller, people are looking for the newer games. So you could possibly pop up and people, it adds traffic to your channel. So I was like, they on Elden Ring, let me just see what it's given. I know nothing about it, but I just knew it was fantasy. So it's cool, but it's just hard. It's hard.
Yeah, so I follow her on IG, feel me? And she wanted all the smoke. She had our Black Air Force energy up, right? So this woman right here, she attacks the friendly NPC and smokes her. He
violated me though. He violated me. He basically this is one of the first NPCs that you meet when you are in the game, and he says something like, basically, you ain't, excuse my language, you ain't shit. So I'm like, let me just bust his Galati real quick. And he wasn't having that. He gave me 3 chances though. He gave me 3 chances to leave him alone, and I didn't leave him alone, and he really packed me up. So when I replay the game, I'm gonna leave him. I'm gonna let him talk his talk.
So one game you should definitely try on stream is Fall Guys.
You said Fortnite?
Fall Guys, no, not Fortnite.
Oh,
If you're not vibing with Fortnite now, I feel like it's kind of hard to pick it up and become nice in it. I feel like you gotta like grow with the game.
yeah.
But Fall Guys,
Fall Guy. Okay.
Fall Guys is definitely, and for me, I still have the game. So if you want me on the stream, I definitely will pull up.
Okay, for sure.
Carry, give you a little carry, my boy. Well, my son ain't nasty. He DK allegedly was the GOAT, but that's debatable. But definitely my son Elements. If he's watching this, Elements, you are the GOAT. But
Lost Ark, her Lost Ark is good too.
I've never heard of it, but interesting. But so we had a good conversation. Definitely in my top 3. You know, you've been an amazing guest. But I got 2 more questions for you.
Oh.
One you know about, and one you don't know about.
Okay.
The one you know about is, what do you hope? You kind of mentioned it earlier with why you started MaterialGirlB, but if you really if you take yourself out and look at yourself now, what do you hope to accomplish as MaterialGirlB?
What do I hope to accomplish? Ooh, a lot. First, I would love this to be like a full-time thing. Like, I love being an educator by day, but this is more fun. I've been actually doing content creation since like 2010. We just didn't realize it was content creation at the time. So I really have a lot of fun just like being artistic and like connecting with other people based on the things that I like. But I feel like one of the biggest things that I want to do and accomplish is create community. And I already touched on that a little bit, but I just think that we live in a world so often that like it's hard. We'll have people who like the same things we like, but it's just that connection is not always there. So I want to be able to create connections for other people and just like have like a little family vibe. I didn't really have community growing up, so I want to pay it forward. And another thing that I want to do is surround myself with people, more specifically like content creators who inspire me. Like, I'm not one of those people like, oh, I gotta be with the content creator that has the most clout or the most followers. Like, that's not really my vibe. I just want to be around people that I feel like, again, with that community piece, being able to connect with them and like build with them and stuff like that. So yeah, that's what I hope to accomplish. At least right now, I know there's a lot of like small things I want to do, like Twitch. I want to grow on Twitch. I want to grow my TikTok. Small things that we all trying to do, but the larger scale, it's really about like people and connecting.
Okay, that's very wholesome. That's very wholesome.
Thank you. I try.
No, one wholesome, recognize wholesome. You know, wholesome men out here. So wholesome, recognize wholesome. No, game, recognize game. But like-minded individuals who share your visuals. Yo, Mike, Mike, oh my God, that was a gem. That was a gem, Mike. Like-minded individuals who share your visuals.
That's what we need.
That's what
you need.
Put on a t-shirt. But the last question I have for you is, who would you like to see me have a conversation with next that you can help bring on the show?
I got you. So he's actually one of my good friends now. His name is Evan. And he has this whole he has a whole ass platform based on like anime and like HBCU culture. So his handle is HBCU anime, and he's the anime encyclopedia. Like, I went live with him last week and he was dropping all of this. He reads manga. I'm like, this is a lot. So I feel like y'all could really get into some things. Okay. So I'm going live with him tonight on Twitch just to do like some Apex things. So like, I'll talk to him and see if I can set that up.
Well, definitely, like, for me, put that word in where I always like the ways to like we can like help each other. So that's why I asked, like, as a fellow content creator, like, who can I realistically get on the channel? Because like everyone can say, oh, you should get RDC World, but that's kind of it's possible.
It's possible, but I'm gonna be honest. I just found out who these men were in August, and yeah, I just found out about this whole gaming community in August. Like, I didn't.
They have videos out. Every video it was making was going viral.
Yeah, they are out of this world. I'm going to DreamCon. Are you going to DreamCon?
When is DreamCon?
DreamCon, first of all, I think tickets either drop. I think they drop tomorrow. It's in July. So you need to get the ticket because DreamCon is going up.
DreamCon going crazy. That girl, we out to DreamCon?
Y'all gotta go to DreamCon.
If my twin is down, I'm with it all. Word.
Y'all gotta get a ticket. It drops, I think, this week. So get in soon. It's gonna be a vibe.
Get into. But so the reason why I brought you on the show today, and this will be like the last thing. I always like hearing other people's perspective.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely better to hear a woman's perspective in anime because a lot of women are gatekeeped, like we mentioned earlier. Like, oh, you're a woman, so you definitely shouldn't be watching shonen. You shouldn't be watching these battle gory anime. You definitely should be watching the slice of life, romantic comedies like Your Lie in April, stuff like that. Like, definitely, you should be in that lane. But someone like you who's watched different anime, both on the girly side and on the men's side, I guess you would say the men's side.
Yeah.
You have that valuable information that a lot of people would want to. Like, this is going up on YouTube, so whoever watches this video and sees you, and like, oh, this woman, she's pretty, she got all pink in her room, her background, and like, oh, she watches anime too. She's a fellow nerd and she's also black. She's a blerd. I'm a blerd, and it just helps like give them the more confidence of like, okay, like it's okay to be black, it's okay to be a nerd, it's okay to like the girly stuff, but it's also okay to like the traditionally the man stuff.
Yeah.
So I appreciate your time coming today.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, that is all for episode 15 of the Shabazz TV Show. I'm your lovely host, Shabazz TV. Thanks again for Material Girl. MaterialGirlB for popping up one time for the one time. My sister Sherelle, she follows you now. So she says you're a real one.
Thank you, Sherelle.
Shout out to her. So she definitely. Hey, my sister could give you that sample of
approval. Hi, Sherelle. I like making new friends.
We are friends. Material vibes, yo. Material vibes.
Ooh, let me put that on the shirt. See, he's dropping gems. He's been dropping gems this entire episode.
Word. You a goat. Word. But I mean, ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have for this episode of the Shabazz TV Show. I'll see you guys next time. But before that, drop a like, subscribe if you're new, tell a friend to tell a friend. Check out her channel, check out my channel. And I'll see you guys soon. And you'll see her probably tonight if you're up at 2 a.m. If you're a night owl like that, I'll be streaming some Apex.
All right.
Later, y'all.
Thanks, guys. Bye.